I went to a bunch of museums growing up.
Yeah.
And then you go to like the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just a line, bruh.
Like a little statue.
Oh, the cause?
Is it cause?
Cause?
Yeah.
They kind of had like the ears. And
yeah, the ears and the X's for over the eyes.
Yeah, I think that's cause.
Like that is straight dookie water to me.
You think so?
Absolutely. What? Started to read textbooks and history books and literature from the perspective of the people from the places as opposed to Europeans telling you what happened over there. Some big examples would be like Pac and MJ, some stuff like this.
Okay.
You could still be huge, but still clearly be an artist about your stuff, where I feel like that's not the thing anymore. And let's move on over to another regular segment we do here called Poll Results. Ladies and gentlemen, every Monday on my Instagram social media feed and on the community tab on YouTube, I post an interactive poll question. We leave it up for you guys to vote, and then we discuss the results right here. This week's poll question is, which art form has gotten worse to you during your life? And the options are music, movies/TV, traditional art like gallery/museum art, and literature, books, or comics. And before we get to the results, what do you vote on?
Me personally, I voted traditional art.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why?
Well, because when you go to an art museum, all the newer stuff is garbanzo beans.
Super garbage. Super garbage. I like that you went that route.
It's just like I went to a bunch of museums growing up.
Yeah.
And then you go to like the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just a line, bruh.
Yeah.
There's just a green square.
A banana taped to a
Who's
wall.
a Zima Blue? Come on, get out of here.
Yo, Zima Blue fire, bro. But what's it called? Who's this new guy? Retro Kid or whatever the friggin' the big head dudes with the X for eyes. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
He's popping.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like the Skull Kid things. There's like a little statue.
Oh, the cause?
Is it cause?
Cause?
Yeah.
They kind of had like the ears. And
yeah, the ears and the X's for over the eyes.
Yeah, I think that's cause.
Like that is straight dookie water to me.
You think so?
Absolutely. What?
Pretty cool.
Bro, you just said what you just said, and you're telling me this?
This is pretty cool because it's a concept, right? So, but like I'm talking about, you go to a museum.
This is modern garbage to me.
I think this is cool as a concept because they have different characters and everything. Look, art is subjective, but I'm saying
I think it's only cool because Drake has a bunch of them in his house.
This is a Drake thing.
Drake heavily promotes this guy, or at least like he has a bunch of them in his house and it's known online. As soon as I see Drake pushing an artist, I'm like, whap, whap.
I didn't know about that.
I know that ain't real art.
But I'm saying have you been to like a modern art museum? Like, have you ever seen like, oh, this is a yellow?
Yeah, I used to go to AGO every month. I need to go back.
Yeah, like just the newer stuff is just simple.
Yeah. Most of the new stuff is I don't resonate with it.
Yeah,
I usually go when they have the older pieces,
the older stuff
brought in for a gallery showing or something.
Yeah, and that's because we're talking about gallery and museum.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Is there a modern artist who you would say is dope?
I think Dope Chief is really good, actually.
Dope Chief?
Yeah.
Shout outs to Dope Chief.
Shout outs to Dope Chief.
Damn, I forget his name. This is gonna bother me. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna skip this. I'm completely drawing a blank. Oh, this is gonna bother me.
What kind of art?
It's like a traditional canvas.
Okay.
But
Banksy?
No. See, that's like just pop art to me. You know, that's what the friggin' skull thing is. It's just pop art. Like stuff that just blows up just because like you know, high level people promote it.
Maybe.
Have you seen the Banksy piece in Toronto?
Nope.
It's on the Esplanade. You know where the Esplanade is?
Nope.
The street?
Nope.
Sounds like you don't care.
I don't.
Are you a fan of Banksy or anything like this?
I don't know what any of his... I just hear his name.
I know. Again, modern it's like clout art.
Yeah, because wasn't he the one that's like, oh, a Banksy just showed up like a monolith. It just popped up somewhere.
You know what also really bores me when I go to museums? European stuff. Like that friggin'... I'm just over it.
Like Renaissance stuff?
Ugh, I'm over Renaissance paintings.
But think that's high quality.
I know.
Stuff.
I know.
That's
I'm not saying it's
level.
not art. I'm just saying I'm over it. Like I'm really trying to discover new stuff that I've never, because again, as I started to rediscover learning for myself, I'm like, oh, I went to school and they gave me all the books. Like, this is what they wanted me to learn.
Yeah.
And it's mostly Eurocentric BS.
Oh, okay.
Started to get out of that, started to read textbooks and history books and literature from the perspective of the people from the places, as opposed to Europeans telling you what happened over there.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of feel about art, like Picasso and all these guys that clearly ripped off. Like, you ever look at the old masks and stuff, the mask art in Africa, and you clearly see how a lot of these European guys went over to Africa and just completely aped the. But they're the guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
you know how history goes.
Yeah, we know how it goes.
I might actually agree with you on this one, because I will say, mainstream music, when I was growing up, you could still catch great music mainstream.
Like who?
Well, like even the biggest artists back in the day were still.
Well, I'm saying, like, who was that, like, from your time growing up?
What would be a good example? Well, I mean, let me give some big examples. Would be like Pac and MJ, some stuff like this.
Okay.
You could still be huge, but still clearly be an artist about your stuff. Where I feel like that's not the thing anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like if you're blown up at this point, there's a reason. Like a lot of industry plan stuff, a lot of algorithm stuff, a lot of bot streaming. You tell me Drake has hundreds of millions, but like we're talking about Spotify days. Even Kendrick, bro, this guy got caught using bot streams himself. It's like, but I still know that there's a ton of amazing music out there. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, all music is garbage now because the mainstream is garbage.
Yeah.
We used to get good mainstream stuff back in the day, pop or whatever. That's gone, but there still is a lot of really good music. And to a lesser extent, I would say movies and TV.
I will also say I haven't read many new books.
Or even comics, though. You're a comic guy.
Yeah, I haven't read any new comics.
Have they gotten worse?
Honestly, I heard they just dropped Absolute Batman. I heard that's been fire.
So,
but
like maybe so comics still, I guess, in the mix.
Yeah.
Equality.
I haven't been keeping up.
I feel you hear a lot of how movies, TV, and Hollywood and music and stuff is the same recycled stuff. But that's because it's like you don't really get clout off of museum gallery type traditional art. Like no one's really talking about it at that level. But I would actually agree with you that I think that's dropped off the most out of all this stuff.
Okay, well, during my life.
In my life.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying during my life as well. Like all those paintings I'm talking about were done 100 years ago, so that wouldn't even count for me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I don't even know like who was the top guy in the 90s.
It's funny. I actually do every once in a while be on the lookout for what's going on in the art space, like new artists, what's new looks, what's new. That's why it's bothering me that I can't remember this guy's name.
Yeah.
But yeah. Once again, this week's poll question was, which art form has gotten worse to you during your life? And the options were music, movies / TV, traditional art, which is gallery and museum art, or literature, books, and comics. And the results are 33% said music, 47% said movies, TV, damn near half of y'all. 20% said traditional art, and 0 literature, books, comics. Comics pretty standard fare, I guess. Like nothing really. And books are books. You know? Like there's always good books and bad books.
I know, but we're talking about within your lifetime.
True. I mean, and I don't know. I haven't read enough books to really know.
That's
like,
what I'm
the
saying.
quality
I haven't read
of,
any. I've only been reading older books.
Yeah. Out of print.
I know.
You know what's funny? I found some out of print PDFs, and I just messaged my shop guy, like get some copies made up for myself, so I have physical copies of these books.
Sick.
But yeah, that was this week's poll results. Once again, get in on that every Monday, and it's just up for the week on YouTube community tab. So if you want to get involved in that, then that's where to do it.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10, and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So, like, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.